This is a February red. This is a great and very simple wet fly to tie. You begin by attaching the thread to the hook. Cut off that tag. Wrap it down to the heel. The tail on this thing is whiting Coq de Leon. I love it for the speckling. The real Spanish Coq de Leon that you can get from Hairline is even better. You want the tail very sparse. This is probably too heavy. I'm going to pick some of it out. You only want 4 or 5 fibers, and you don't want them all lined up and stacked evenly. The tail is going to be just slightly longer than the body. I normally pinch just like everybody else does, but I'm doing it like this so you can see how I've started the thread there. And then I start to wind that thread up the body. I'll kind of unwrap the working thread, and that is my body. I'll wrap that up to, just slightly past the midpoint on the hook. Wrap back, go forward again, and then I end. Cut off the excess tailing material. The thorax is going to be hare's ear and a short piece of brown or furnace, I like better, hen hackle. I usually take my hackle pliers or a pair of tweezers and grab the end of this feather and then just kind of brush it forward. So I have kind of a nubbin to tie off from. And then we'll clip it and tie that right on the hook. And again, this is going to be somewhere between half and 2/3 of the way up that hook. I'm doing it at about half. The proportions look really great. Dub on a little hare's ear, very little, and dub it loosely so that it's spiky and so that your hackle will seat down in it. Attach a pair of hackle pliers to the end of the feather, and then you wind it according to the good side of the feather. And in this case here, that tends to be kind of the traditional way, which is over the top and around. I usually will try to get the best edge of a feather showing. If you look at them up in light, you can see where one side will be much nicer looking than the other. You wind that. About 3 wraps, and this is actually a Flymph style of hackling, which I prefer. So it's palmered all the way through the thorax. And then what you're going to do is wind a very small little head. Cut it off, and that's it. You can kind of see it from the sides and the top. Very simple little wet fly, and it's very effective.